beautiful butterflies. Welcome back to another Pick a Pile. This reading is all about unlocking your inner goddess, a self-love and empowerment tarot reading. Okay, so we have pile number 1, which is Beset, and the Angel Aura Healing Stone. The next one, pile number 2, is Mamiwata with the Bloodstone. Or we have Kokyang Wuti with the Rose Quartz Healing Stone. Okay, we're going to take a few seconds and we're going to do some deep breaths to help you choose the pile that your soul is calling you to choose. Okay, I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes. We're going to take 1 deep breath in. Hold it. And release it. Okay. We're going to do another one. Big deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And out through your mouth. Last one. Let's take a really deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And out through your mouth. Okay. Now, I want you to open your eyes. And which pile are your eyes drawn to more? Or is it your soul? Or is it a particular stone that you're looking at, or a particular goddess? Is there something about their headdress that you are drawn to? Is it something about their hair or their chest pieces? What is drawing you in? Okay. Pick your pile. The timestamps will be in the description box, and I will see you at your pile. Okay, so we're going to get started with the pre-shuffled oracle cards. I do have my mini pocket archetypes guidebook for the archetype deck that is in here. It is still new to me, so I'm not fully aware of what each and every single card means. So we are going to be reading through the book for that one, but this is the pile that chose Beset or the Angel Aura Healing Stone. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so you have 3 archetypes. You have Gnosis, you have the Fault Line, and you have the Vision. Okay, we'll get into what the book is in just a few seconds. We're going to pull out all the cards first. You have angel number 888, Abundance. Okay. Okay, then we have some inner wisdom guidance cards. We have Solitude. We have Hatred. We have Get Help. And we have Flexibility. Okay. We also have My happiness is a direct reflection of how quickly I can shift my perceptions from fear to love. When I lead from a place of love, people respect me. And then we have like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving. Okay, so we're just going to get into these cards before I pull the tarot cards for the specific questions that I do have. I feel like with this Beset, you are needing to... I feel like you're needing to find an inner sanctuary when it comes to your mind. I feel like you are someone who struggles with solitude. I also feel like you're someone who might possibly have a hard time loving yourself. I feel like you struggle with loving yourself. And I feel like for you, it's almost this energy of having a hard time, not only just loving yourself in general, but like you have a hard time loving others too, like deeply understanding and loving others no matter what. I feel like there's a lot of hate and a lot of dislike and a lot of, you know, some of those negative lower vibrational energies coming out. And I feel like there's a lot of like a lot of stuck energy here. Okay. I don't know if you hear my dog snoring or not, but she is deeply sleeping and having one of those, you know, those dream sleeps when dogs, you know, kind of start to move their legs like they're dreaming, they're having an active dream. She's kind of in that particular state. So I feel like there's almost, you know, significance with that for you as well. Like I mean, I don't, if you all know me, the ones that know me know that I take everything as a sign. So maybe there's this energy of like, maybe you're having very active dreams and you're not sleeping super well. Like you are super active in your dreams. And even there's this energy of maybe you're super active in your day-to-day life and you're not allowing yourself that time to kind of slow down. Like I feel like you're someone who might just continuously go, go, go. But I already have the page ready. Gnosis, which is innermost knowing and mystic truths. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures and scholarly books on shelves. Rather, gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are truly drawn to gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science, knowing their calling. Not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemists take their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip towards mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of gnosis. The internal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. Okay, so with this, I feel like there's almost this energy of you're struggling to even trust yourself. All I'm getting from this particular reading is that you are struggling to even trust yourself. You're struggling with self-love. You're struggling with empowerment. You're struggling with, you know, finding the ability to be in solitude without feeling like you're, you know, and she's doing it again, without feeling like you're, I don't know, this group feels kind of lost. Like this group really feels lost, but also you don't seem lost because you do have this Gnosis card. And I feel like, honestly, I'm really drawn to the fact that both of these cards have like that rainbow look in them. But I feel like there's this energy where you know your path, you know which way you're supposed to be taken, but at the same time, like, you're allowing external things kind of affect where you're going, if that makes sense. And I feel like you kind of need to come to a place of just being in the energy of love, loving yourself and loving others. And I feel like, going back to what I said in the beginning of like the fact that this is giving that you don't truly love yourself. And I feel like it's hard for you to, one, see that people love you, but also two, it's hard for you to fully accept everyone and see everyone through a lens of love, because you're also struggling with a lens of love in your own life. Okay? The fault line, the fissure, the crack, or the weak link. Imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Such is the energy of the fault line. It's the energy of walking on eggshells or precarious dynamics, or of sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. Excuse me. It's likely this cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures. This card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness that's afoot. It's much better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending all is well. There is no easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a foundational shift that alters the current dynamics from the ground up. And what I'm hearing with this is that you are really needing to accept that change is happening. Okay, like accepting that you're going to have to change something about this in order for you to get to the life that you want to be in order for you to step into this abundant future that you want and that you're destined to have. You have to really dig deep and allow this change to happen. Like I feel like you're in an energy currently where you do have those blinders up. You do have those blinders up, and you're struggling to you have your rose-colored glasses on, is what I'm hearing. And you're needing to kind of take those off and just be like, okay, I understand that I have some things that I need to change. And this change starts with me. Okay? And then we have the vision, the dream, the imagined, the reveled. It is said that we are each born with a unique vision, a destiny towards which we are aimed. It is also said that we forget this vision in the moment we are born. Thus, we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. Such is the elusive nature of the vision. It slips away, yet it guides. It appears in strange dreams. What did I just say? What did I just say about my dog? I said that she was having one of those active dreams. Interesting. Love that. It appears in strange dreams and surreal images, seemingly unattainable and preposterous. When we are connected to the vision, we carry an inspired, enchanted aliveness that others recognize. We trust the world and its synchronicities. Goodness gracious, the words are not coming out of my mouth today. We walk through new doors into wondrous opportunities. We all want to be near those with vision. They emit energy more potent than any elixir. When we lose connection to the vision, life becomes dull and exhausting, lacking meaning. Bring back the mystery. Bring back the dreams. So I feel like you guys are, you have a dream of what life you want to have, right? You have this dream for yourself. But I feel like some of you are kind of getting caught up in all of this energy of like you're focusing on so many other things. I feel like you're focused on so many other things, and it's kind of hard for you to get out of that. But like, I feel like you have this vision, like you are wanting to do better for yourself. I feel like you're starting to get signs and synchronicities of, I want to stop this and I want to do this more. And I definitely don't want to do that anymore. Right? And I feel like all of this being said is, I feel like you're about to go through a massive change if you let it. Change is not going to happen if you try to stop it. You understand? All right, I'm going to put these cards away, and then we're going to get into the tarot cards and the questions that I have. Okay, pile number one, let's get into it. This particular section that I'm about to do is your current state. So what limiting beliefs are hindering pile number one's personal empowerment? We've got the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Okay, so the limiting beliefs that you have are, so with this Five of Pentacles, there's this energy of like being left out in the cold, feeling like you're being left behind. And I feel like with the mindset that you have, that's an absolute, valid way of feeling. But I feel like you're struggling to see that there are actually people that do love you, and that not everyone hates you, or everyone doesn't like you, or whatever it is that you're feeling. Like, you're allowed to feel those things, and I urge you to feel those things, so that way you're not just burying it deep and just being like, oh yeah, I'm crazy, da da da. Like, allow yourself to feel those things because you're feeling it for a reason. Okay? But I feel like you're not giving yourself enough space and grace to feel everything that you need to feel. And again, what did I say in the beginning? I said that you might not be getting the proper sleep that you're supposed to be getting because your dreams are so active. And with this Four of Swords, it's that need to rest, truly rest, not just, go to sleep and, just allow your body the time and space to rest. Do something for you. What I like to do for myself when I feel like I need to rest and I feel like I need to not feel like I'm doing anything, even though I'm doing something, I personally like to play Sims. It allows me to, still kind of be in my world, but it allows me to detach from a lot of the thoughts that I have that I might be overthinking or just on a constant loop about. So finding something for yourself that allows you to rest and not have to think all the time and not feel like you have to do something all the time. What fears are preventing pile number one from stepping into their power? We have Justice coming out in reverse. And I feel like a fear you might have, honestly, what I'm hearing is you might be fearful of being perceived. I feel like you might be feeling fearful of being perceived. I feel like for some of you guys, you might be, I don't want to say in the limelight, but I feel like you have an online presence. I feel like you have an online presence. And maybe this is why you need to create your own sanctuary. What unconscious patterns are sabotaging pile number one's self-worth? Ten of Swords. I feel like an unconscious pattern that you keep repeating that is sabotaging is, I feel like most of you might, I'm hearing, I don't know the second word that I'm supposed to say, but this cereal, like not like cereal that you eat, cereal as in the repetitiveness. Serial offender and serial victim. But I feel like you're both to yourself. I feel like you are the perpetrator for yourself, and I also feel like you're the victim of yourself. And you're continuously putting swords in your back by not standing up for yourself, not removing yourself from people, places, and things that are no longer serving you, that are not good for you. You are a serial perpetrator and offender, as well as a serial victim, but of yourself. I want that to be clear, of yourself. All right, now we're getting into strengths and resources. What is pile number one's most valuable personal asset? Oh, we have the Hermit. You have the ability to, find your way through the darkness. You have the ability to really just, honestly, what did I just say? I said you might have like an online presence. You might have the ability to help lead people out of the darkness. Like you are holding a light for others around you. And I want to yawn. So maybe you might be yawning. Like right around this time you might have yawned. You might have yawned before I said it or after I said it. But and there it goes. You are tired. Pile number one, you are tired. And I feel like you might be tired because you're doing this work, because you are trying to lead people into the light, because you're shining that light for other people that are in the darkness, that are struggling. You are a beacon of light. And I feel like you're in this energy of like, you're tired of holding up this lantern. Your arm is tired. You are tired. Allow yourself that rest. Find that sanctuary. What positive qualities... Oh, here it comes again. Sorry. Whew. Go to sleep, pile one. What positive qualities should pile number one acknowledge and celebrate within themselves? Oh, we've got three. Okay. All right, let's ask. I'm going to ask if any of these are supposed to be upright or reversed. Upright or reversed? Reversed, upright or reversed? Try that again. Upright or reversed? Reversed, upright or reversed? Okay, all reversals. All right, so we have the Sun in reverse, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So I feel like for you, the positive qualities that you should acknowledge is, even though the Sun is in reverse and it is the most positive card in the deck, I do feel like you have a really good head on your shoulders, and I feel like you're someone who does try to see the positive things in life, but I also feel like you're a realist. I feel like you're not someone who is going to just willy-nilly, just blindly follow anything. Like, I feel like you're going to question things and you're going to make the best assessment for yourself is kind of what I'm hearing. Like, I feel like you're not just going to just charge head first into anything. Like, I feel like you're going to take your time. Like, I feel like there's a slow energy with this. I feel like there's a slow, like, easing yourself into it. You're not just going to dive head first. Here it comes again, sorry. I'm not going to dive head first into whatever it is, whatever, you know, business opportunity you have, however this is, you know, showing up for you, whatever this is. Like, I feel like you're going to take your time to do the research necessary so that way you fully understand and understand what it is that you need to do and what it is that you need to change and, you know, anything like that. So I feel like that's something that you should acknowledge and that you should celebrate, that you're not just flying by the seat of your pants. This is like the second time that I've heard this saying. So some of you might have picked that particular pile. I can't remember which pile it is now, but for some of you, pile number 1, you might have been that pile on the last reading that I did, which was the messy tarot one. So some of you might be coming from there and have picked that particular pile because that's the second time that I've heard that saying, flying by the seat of your pants. What inner resources can pile number 1 draw upon to cultivate self-love? Upright or reversal. Let's try that again. Okay, I guess we're supposed to have it sideways because that's the third freaking time that we did that. And then we have strength. With Emperor and strength. So I feel like you have this inner strength in you to get whatever it is that you need done. Like, I feel like you're someone who doesn't, if you get knocked down, you are not staying down for long, and that is admirable, right? But I feel with this Emperor, like, I feel like there's, goodness gracious, you guys are tired. But I feel like with this Emperor, there's this energy of you can either go, you know, either way with it. You can either use your strength and, you know, do the things that you need to do and be in that positive aspect of the Emperor, which, by the way, not gender specific. So just because it's the Emperor doesn't mean that you're not a girl or a man or non-binary or what other pronouns that there are, but it's not gender specific. And I feel like you have this inner resource that allows you to kind of take charge and find that stability, right? But with it being in the sideways, I feel like, you know, there's an ebb and flow to it. I feel like, you know, some days you're on and then other days you're not. So I feel like it truly only like, I feel like it changes every day or even every minute. All right, this is seeking guidance and actionable steps. How can pile number 1, develop healthier boundaries to protect their energy. Upright or reversal, upright. We've got the Queen of Swords. Oh, excuse me, confirmation burp. I feel like the best way for you to develop healthier boundaries and protect your energy is just like literally doing that. Like saying it, meaning it, and taking that action. Like there's no, like I feel like this one is just straight to the point. Like how do you set healthy boundaries and how do you protect yourself? By just doing it. By verbally saying it, taking the action that you need to if people disrespect it, and holding yourself accountable as well as other people accountable. Pretty simple and to the point. How can pile number 1 best align their actions with their authentic self? The 9 of Cups. I feel like there's this energy of, even though this is the 9 of Cups, I'm seeing a progression from the 7 of Cups to the 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups. And I feel like you have to plant the seeds, you have to nurture those seeds, and then you gain that reward from those seeds, whatever it is that you planted. If you planted flowers, you're going to see your flowers grow. If you planted like a tomato seed, you're going to see, you know, tomatoes pop up for you. Like I feel like you have to make sure that you are planting the seeds that you want, you are watering those seeds that you want, and then you are basking in that energy of like, wow, I did it. I can do it, and I'm going to continue to do it. Right? Okay, sorry. Had to deal with something. But basically what I was saying was make sure that you're planting the seed, you're watering the seed, and then allowing it to grow. Like I'm seeing that progression for the ways that you can align your actions to your authentic self. So again, like I said, I was seeing the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Cups. Actually, no, I was seeing, okay, interesting. I was saying that, but I was seeing the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, and then the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. So I'm seeing that progression of, again, like I said, planting the seed, letting it water, letting it grow, nurturing it, and then allowing that abundance to grow. Again, abundance. You had the angel number 888 for abundance. So, yeah. What practices can pile number 1 incorporate to build their self-esteem? Too many. What practices can pile number 1 incorporate to build their self-esteem? Get the 2 of Pentacles coming out in reverse. Okay, so I feel like you're in this energy of feeling out of balance, and I feel like you need to turn it from the reversal to the upright. Okay, so getting yourself back into balance. Again, that resting energy, making sure that you're getting the proper sleep, making sure that you're giving yourself that time, going within and being in that solitude energy. Being lonely, very different than being alone. Okay? And in your alone energy, you can find solitude. And I feel like it's all going to depend on your mindset, whether, like, how you take it. Like, are you going, like, if you have a better mindset where you're, not allowing things to affect you as like they would usually, and you're not kind of getting caught up in your own feelings and being stuck and stuff like that, if you're not in that energy, then you are going to take that energy and be in that solitude energy. You're going to take that alone energy and be in solitude and learn about solitude. But if you're in that energy where you're like, woe is me, whatever, when you're alone, you're going to feel lonely. So I feel like this is all like depending on your mindset. Okay. This is for exploring your future potential. What is the potential outcome of focusing on pile number 1's self-love journey? A potential outcome. We've got the 4 of Pentacles coming out for this particular section, this particular question. I feel like focusing on your self-love journey, you're going to start seeing a lot of things where you're going to want to protect yourself from. You're going to start seeing people do things or be in certain situations where you're like, yeah, no, I'm going to protect myself from that. I know that that's not good for me and I'm not going to put up with it. So I'm going to put that boundary up now and, you know, I'm going to protect myself. Like, I feel like you like getting into that energy, and that's a great place to be. So if you focus on your self-love journey, you're not going to allow Tom, Dick, or Harry to affect you anymore. Because why? Why are we letting people that don't matter? Because I like that saying where it's like, do they pay your bills? No. Do they fuck you? No, they do not. Do they do whatever? Are they paying for anything for you? No? Okay, well then they do not matter. Then it doesn't matter. And I see you getting into that energy of like, oh, well, okay, well, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's kind of like the energy for this pile number 1. And I feel like that's a great place to be because, you know, why? What does pile number 1's empowered self look and feel like? Ooh, we've got the 9 of Wands. Beautiful. So your empowered self looks and feels like a warrior. Someone who, no matter what it is, you will defy the odds. You will stand your ground no matter what. And you're not going to let anyone or anything affect you and bring you down. You're going to be in this F all of y'all. I am protecting myself and I am standing my ground. Beautiful. And what opportunities for growth are presenting themselves to pile number 1? Got the 10 of Wands coming out in reverse. And so I feel like there is this energy where you are going to have an opportunity to carry this differently, to carry this energy differently. That is going to be your opportunity. Are you going to carry it and continue to carry it in the woe is me energy? Or are you going to be empowered by it and change the things that need to be changed? The choice is up to you. Okay? If this is where you leave me and you did not choose any other piles, I am sending you so much love, light, and healing. If you accept it, if you want a personal reading from me, the link is in the bio, as well as for purchasing one of my Manifest candles. So I love you all so much. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is the pile that chose Mami Wata and the Bloodstone, or the Bloodstone. Okay. All right, so we are going to read the book for these 2 archetypes. We have Eros, Okay, and then we have the Shapeshifter. These two were actually pick-a-pile cards for my last reading. So if you are coming from there, hello, welcome back. And if you have not seen that, then go to the last video. It's the one that's titled, What Are They Saying About You, or something like that. It's a messy tarot. So if you're interested, go watch that. You have 666 as your angel number. Okay. We have challenge. We have loss. We have vices. And we have bridges. Okay. We have every cell in my body is conscious and communicates with each positive thought I have. Also, negative thoughts. Negative thoughts can also do that. And then we have attacking others is an attack on myself. I choose to release this now. And then we also have forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. And consider your foundation. Look how committed you are to love. Okay. So I feel like for this particular pile, there is a lot of reflecting that needs to happen. I feel like there might have been some kind of a situation that, like, this could be like friend stuff, this could be family stuff, this could be like coworker stuff. It's going to resonate differently for different people, but I feel like there was something major that happened. Okay? Because I'm getting, there's challenge, there's loss, there's, bad habits, and burning bridges. And I feel like there's a lot of reflecting going on with this. Reflecting in a need for forgiveness. To give forgiveness and hopefully receive forgiveness. All right, so we have Eros right here. Though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetype energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? What are we awakened by love? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being, nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation of love into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart. And remember, though the way is circuitous, you are always being led toward its center. Okay, so I feel like with this particular card, I feel like there's a desire to understand everything that's going on around you, to understand other people. Okay, And I feel like you're really wanting to understand whatever this situation is for you. And I feel like this situation did a number on your self-love and empowerment, because whether you are at fault or not, and honestly, what I'm getting is everything is at, like, everything and everyone is at fault of something. And I feel like there's almost this energy of just now realizing it, or something has happened to make you realize this. There's definitely a desire to make this better, to heal whatever this is. There's a desire. Okay. The shapeshifter, the trickster, the elusive, the formless. The shapeshifter has a love of theater, games, and trickery. Its energy appears as one thing only to reveal a more complex story below the surface. The shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It is the side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal, and experimental, and longs to dismiss the rules. We need its energy to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our existence. When the shapeshifter card appears, it's important to imagine you are looking at life through a kaleidoscope rather than a single focused lens. At any moment, the scene may shift, revealing a more enchanting vision than you imagined. Be wary, though, as the allure of the kaleidoscope can leave you exhausted. I said this in pile number 1, that they were exhausted because I kept yawning. So if you're here from pile number 1, hello. But it can leave you exhausting and yearning for solid ground. Dancing long-term with the shapeshifter requires a central pillar of integrity that links us back to our center. So I feel like there is definitely some trickster energy when it comes to this particular energy. And, you know, it could have been part of that trickster energy that has led to such a loss and challenge and bridges being burned and the needing to reflect to kind of come back to whatever this is. And honestly, these two are kind of going together because it was talking about the labyrinth, and I was being reminded, as I was, reading from the book, I was reminded of the Labyrinth movie. And then this was talking about how everything changes. And in the movie, The Labyrinth, it was twists and turns, and one way led you to somewhere completely different. And it was hard for the girl to get to where she needed to be. And now I'm being reminded of those stairs that are in the movie where she would go up and like the baby would be on one side and then like the stairs were like upside down. It was just like a whole different place. And I feel like we need that kind of energy to adapt to all of the different things that we are experiencing in our lifetime. But I do feel like, again, like the book was kind of saying, that you kind of have to have that grounded energy, and not everything is always what it appears to be. Not everything is always what it appears to be. I'm going to, put these cards to the side, and then we're going to get into the tarot for the rest of your reading. What limiting beliefs are hindering pile number 2's personal empowerment? I've got the Emperor coming out in reverse. I feel like there's this energy of like you feeling like you can't do it. You're not stable enough to do it. You're not in the right space to grow your personal development. Like, I feel like there's this energy of block. Something is blocking you. Your heart chakra is blocked. And I feel like you're needing to unblock that so you can see things for what they really are versus what you think you're seeing them as. What fears are preventing pile number 2 from stepping into their power? The Page of Cups. I feel like you have a fear of opening up. A fear from allowing you to fully understand your feelings and emotions. Cups are all about emotions. And I'm honestly, she looks so happy. But there's this like tidal wave of emotions that is lurking behind her. She doesn't see it. She doesn't feel it. She doesn't sense it. But I feel like you, though, you're scared to even just be comfortable in that. Be uncomfortable in the unknowing of your emotions. I feel like a lot of you probably struggled with, you know, childhood trauma that has to do with your emotions. Like, you could have one or more parents that were emotionally unavailable. Which would be hard for you to even understand your emotions now if you didn't even have parents that helped you understand emotions then, or even understood their own emotions. What unconscious patterns are sabotaging pile number 2's self-worth? Got the King of Wands. Honestly, I'm definitely getting this energy of like, I'm petty and I do not care. Like, that's what I'm getting. Like, I feel like I see you sitting, like, honestly, this card doesn't usually make me feel like this, but he's just giving like, I'm ready to cause some chaos. I'm ready to cause some chaos is the energy. And I feel like that's sabotaging your own self-love, your own self-worth, and your abundance overall. And it's definitely affecting your relationships. What is pile number 2's most valuable personal asset? We've got the 5 of Swords coming out in reverse. So there's this energy of you're someone who will try to make everything work even when it's not supposed to work. And I feel like that's a good thing and a bad thing all at once. But in the light of a good thing is that you're probably someone who doesn't give up on people easily. And I feel like you also don't give up on yourself easily either. So that's, I mean, that's a good quality to have, to not give up on someone. But it also can be a bad thing if you do it too much, because it can cost you your peace. What positive qualities should pile number 2 acknowledge and celebrate within themselves? Upright or reversal. Okay, spin, spin, spin. Upright. Page of Wands. For you guys, pile number 2, the positive qualities in yourself is I feel like you're someone who is kind of passionate about things. I feel like you're passionate about yourself, you're passionate about your friendships, you're very passionate. And it's almost giving this energy of like, I want people to do better for themselves, even if it costs me my own calm and my own happiness and my own peace. What inner resources can pile number 2 draw upon to cultivate self-love? A change of perspective. You have the ability to change your perspective. No matter what, you can look at things from a glass half full, even though you're feeling like a glass half empty. How can pile number 2 develop healthier boundaries to protect their energy? We have the Knight of Cups coming out in reverse. I feel like the way that you can develop healthier boundaries for yourself when it comes to protecting your energy is not offering up your love and your attention and your space and grace and all of that just to everyone, especially if there's energies at play where they've done you dirty or anything like that. I feel like you need to set healthy boundaries not only for other people around you, but also for yourself as well. And, you know, holding yourself accountable for just allowing anyone to come in and disrespect you or your boundaries. How can pile number 2 best align their actions with their authentic self? You can stop being in an energy from the past. Stop focusing on the nostalgia part of things. Like, things have happened, and I feel like there's this energy. I feel like it's time to, you know, not focus on everyone and everything outside of yourself, but to allow yourself to focus on you now. Like, it's time to focus on you and heal you. What practices can pile number 2 incorporate to build their self-esteem? The Wheel of the Year. This is the Wheel of Fortune. And I feel like you can just kind of start going with the flow and allowing things to naturally happen for you and not consistently trying to control things. Like, I feel like you just have to, I'm hearing like spiritual, religious or not, I'm hearing Jesus take the wheel. Like, just allowing things to just happen, not trying to control things, especially things that you cannot control. What is the potential outcome of focusing on pile number 2's self-love journey? Upright or reversal. Let's try that again. Okay, reversal. Okay. I feel like the energy that's coming through is those times where you have felt stuck or stagnant. I feel like going on this self-love journey, you're going to be able to get out of that stagnant energy, getting out of that energy of woe is me. Getting out of that energy of I'm stuck and there's nothing new happening for me. What does pile number 2's empowered self look and feel like? We have the shadow self, which is very interesting coming out, which is the devil in, the tarot. This is just another way to, describe this. And I feel like there's this energy of like your empowered self is someone who is willing to face the shadows and not get lost in them and not allow them to bring you down or get you feeling stuck. Like I feel like you're someone who is willing to just face with your lantern of light, that you're willing to, you are not hiding. You're not hiding. You're facing it. That is what your empowered self looks and feels like. You are facing your shit. So face it. And what opportunities for growth are presenting themselves to pile number 2? We've got the 2 of Swords coming out in reverse. So the opportunities for growth is, seeing that not everything is black and white. Not seeing that everything is black and white and, removing the blindfold and knowing that you don't have to protect yourself from everything, but you do have to protect yourself from some things. I am sending you so much love, light, and healing. If you accept it, if this is where you leave me, I hope you have a great day or night whenever it is that you are watching this. If you are wanting to book a personal reading with me, the link is in the bio as well as the description box. And to purchase my manifest candle, that is also there as well. So I love you all so much. And if you did not choose a different pile, bye. And if you did choose another pile, I will see you there. Okay, pile number 3. This is the pile that chose Readjng or the Rose Quartz. And excuse my voice, it's kind of going away a little bit, so excuse that, but let's jump right into it. We have the Venom. We have the Sustainer. And we have the Underworld. We have angel number 777. We have Speak Your Truth. Suck It Up. No. And Love Yourself. Okay. I seek out happy people who inspire me to be great. Taking care of myself is a radical act of love. And choose love. You always have a choice. Make yours with love. Okay, so what I'm getting right off the bat is there are connections that you have with people. There are connections that you have with people where you are needing to speak your truth and you're kind of struggling with speaking your truth. Okay, and I feel like there was a time and a place where you had the opportunity to speak your truth, but you didn't. And now you're struggling with that, right? And And I feel like you're really beating hard on yourself. And I feel like there's almost like this level of judgment that you have on yourself because you didn't take the time to speak your truth that one particular time. Just because you didn't do it then doesn't mean that you don't have the opportunity to do it again. The opportunities aren't going to arise, right? I am feeling like this group is a group that needs to really work on having better boundaries, okay? And I feel like you guys are a group that might struggle with that and might have a hard time, you know, putting up a boundary and holding firm on that boundary. I feel like this group might be a group that has a boundary, but it's a revolving door. And instead of it being a wall with a door with a locking key where you give the key out to the people that respect your boundaries and respect you, it's a revolving door and you just let anyone in and out as they please, whether they respect your boundaries or not. Okay? And I'm going to need you to learn the word no and, you know, allow people to know that you kind of stand on business and you're not just going to accept anything that they want you to accept. Okay? And you need to love yourself, babe. Okay? I do feel like with these extra cards, I feel like, you know, with this connection, and here's, I seek out happy people who inspire me to be great. I feel like you are slowly but surely finding your group of people, okay? The group of people that you're meant to do great things with in this lifetime, okay? So we're going to start over here. We're going to read from the book for these 3 cards. The venom. Much to our dismay, the venom is always lurking in the shadows in one form or another. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thoughts, speech, or environment. Thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. We breathe out carbon dioxide, and the plants return it to us as oxygen. Archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily, however, and it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and the world. When the venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our psychic realm that must be identified. Perhaps your words have a sting of poison about them. Perhaps a relationship is slowly draining your reserves. Acknowledgement is the first step. Change is the second. The remedy will reveal itself in time, and with it, forgiveness. Okay? So I feel like for you guys, you know, there is an energy here where you are, I don't want to say you're allowing something in, but like I kind of do want to say that, because what did I just say about the revolving door of boundaries, right? Like I feel like you're not holding those boundaries, you know, firm. And I feel like there are people out there that take advantage of that. And I feel like you know that. And I do feel like part of you, you know, kind of allows it because you love this person, or you think that you love this person. Well, you probably love them, but they might not love you, especially if they are consistently trying to break your boundaries and possibly making you feel bad about your boundaries. So you definitely need to kind of get into this energy of figuring out whatever this poison is for you, whether it's a person, place, or a thing, whether it's something that you're doing for your own self, because we're not going to just limit this to people outside of ourselves. We're going to not limit it And it's going to include you as well, because you could possibly be doing something that is potentially dangerous to yourself and others. Okay. So figuring out where that venom is so we can suck it out. Don't mind whatever is happening elsewhere. But let's move on to the sustainer. The sustainer, the second archetype in the trio of existence, works behind the scenes tending to the task of life. They cultivate gardens, pay bills, and keep meals warm and the mouths sweetly fed. The sustainer is at peace in the process of life, knowing there is no start or finish to humble yet meaningful task. They have a natural inclination to nourish others, to archive, to preserve Earth's resources, to consider environmental impact, to see their role in the divine cycle of life. It's common for the sustainer to become overworked, leading to resentment. Their tasks aren't glamorous, and therefore the sustainer rarely receives the credit or attention. The sustainer longs to hold things in place so badly, especially relationships, that they resist the necessary change. Take time with this archetype. It's when it is within us all and needs our love. So I feel like obviously those are kind of going hand in hand, where it's like you have this venom. And honestly, I want to say it's relationship, because the fact that this one also said relationship, I feel like there's a relationship around you that is like quite literally draining you, and you're allowing their emotional poison to affect you and your emotional poison to affect them. And it's just this vicious, toxic cycle of venom and poison. Okay. And so I feel like you want to keep this relationship, but this relationship is literally not doing anything for you. It's not a good one for you, because it's draining you. It's quite literally draining you, right? So I feel like there's an energy here where you are needing to really assess the relationships that you have around you. Are they good for you? Are they good for your mind, body, and soul? Okay. But I feel like you are at least in the process of being in alignment with your inner goddess. Like, I feel like you are on the right path to that. You are in alignment. Everything that you have going on around you right now is leading you and aligning you with your inner goddess. But you have to make the necessary changes that you need to in order to get there. If you resist the change, then you're gonna knock yourself out of alignment. Okay? So let's move on to the underworld. There is no time to mince words. The archetypal territory of the underworld is fraught with nightmares, suffering, and pain. It is the darkest shadow realm, which we try vigilantly to avoid or deny at all costs. Try as we might, the darkness pulls us into the depths through disturbing dream images, unexpected accidents, illness, war, conflict, and ultimately death. Not visiting the underworld or denying its existence altogether is what gives it dangerous power. Traversing its forces us to bow humbly to the greater forces that be, while summoning the inner strength we previously underestimated. Take solace that the underworld subsumes everyone from time to time, making us deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy times. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. So I feel like with this, there's this energy where, like, yes, you have all this emotional poison happening in your life, but you have the opportunity to make profound change and change that darkness, that shadow, into the light, quite literally transforming and transmuting that energy into something better, into something for the universe, for, everyone that you are surrounded by. Okay. So I'm going to collect these all together, set them to the side, and we're going to get into some questions for your reading. Okay, pile number 3. What limiting beliefs are hindering pile number 3's personal empowerment? All right, we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I feel like the limiting beliefs that you have are, there's this energy coming through of like, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much work you do, how much time you put into something, no matter how hard you do something, that you're just not going to get what it is that you're searching for. Does that make sense? And I feel like that is hindering you because you're thinking that you're only meant for a certain place or a certain whatever because you can't get past that threshold. And I feel like that's hindering you because now you're like, well, I can't get past there anyway, so might as well just give up. Might as well just do what I'm already doing. Might as well not put any more effort into whatever it is that I'm trying to do. In this case, might as well not put any more work into myself because this is the threshold that I'm meant to stay in and I'm not meant to do better for myself. What fears are preventing pile number 3 from stepping into their power? We've got the 3 of Swords coming out. So I feel like you're scared of heartbreak. You're scared of what can hurt you, even yourself. Like I feel like there's almost this energy of like, you're scared that you're going to hurt yourself too. Like not just other people around you, but like you're scared that if you open up or you, in this case, love yourself and empower yourself and step into a certain, like there's going to be some form of heartbreak that happens. Maybe you feel like if you step into your fullest potential, you might leave so-and-so behind because they don't feel like doing it. So I feel like you're almost, okay. So what I'm seeing here now is from the movie Mean Girls. You know how Katie, she wanted Aaron to, if you've never seen this movie, highly recommend, but she, wanted Aaron to tutor her, basically, and she thought that that was going to be the only way that she could talk to him. So in order for her to get him to tutor, she pretended to dumb herself down like she was not doing very well. So that way that allowed him to, offer the whole tutoring thing. So, I feel like how she dumbed herself down, like I feel like that's almost kind of what you're doing with your energy, where you're lowering your vibration because you're scared or fearful that you're not going to be able to talk to this person anymore, whoever it is, whether it be a friend, family member, whoever. Like, I feel like there's that energy of like, I don't want to step into my highest potential because I'm afraid of who I'm going to leave behind. And in that case, like they can either do the work and meet you where you're at, or you're going to just have to wait until they're ready to do that. But you can't put your life on hold anymore for someone else, for someone else's gain, really. What unconscious patterns are sabotaging pile number 3's self-worth? We've got the 2 of Pentacles coming out, okay? So I feel like, honestly, what I'm getting from this is, so the 2 of Pentacles is usually about balance, but I feel like what I'm seeing is almost like a seesaw, like you're one or the other. You know, it's never really balanced for you. It's like it's one or the other. Okay? And I feel like there's this energy of like wishy-washy energy of like, do I want to do this or do I want to do that? This or that? This. I'm thinking of that commercial. What is that commercial? You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. I know some of you are going to be like, oh my God, you unlocked a memory. And if I did, I love that for you. But that just popped into my head. Like it was literally like this or that, right? And so I feel like there's this wishy-washy energy and you don't like, I don't know. I don't know. Some days I want to be this and some days I want to be that. But there's no real balance to it, if that makes sense. There's no real balance. Okay. So let's continue. What is pile number 3's most valuable personal asset? We have the 9 of Cups coming out, and your most valuable asset is how you can feel so fulfilled in life emotionally. Like I'm almost feeling like you are really good with your emotions. You can articulate your emotions and your feelings very, very, very well. Again, going back to like those beginning cards, I do feel like there's this energy of like, you know, you had a chance to speak up about something and you didn't. And I feel like you're almost like judging yourself for that. But I feel like even though whatever that situation is, I do feel like you're really, really, really good with your emotions. Like I feel like you articulate them very well. Like you don't just use the basic, I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling fearful, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling disgusted. Like I feel like you use the bigger words because you know how you feel. Like you know that yes, you're feeling fearful, but like there's a deeper feeling for that. Like, you know, does that make sense? And I love that. I love that. What positive qualities should pile number 3 acknowledge and celebrate within themselves? We do have the 5 of Pentacles coming out. I feel like you used to be in this energy where you felt like, woe is me, nothing is good, my life is shit, blah, 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 whatever. I feel like you used to be in that energy, and I feel like you crawled out of that. Like, I feel like there's almost this energy of, like, there's a little part of you that's like, yeah, I'm kind of got, like, one toe in there. But then there's, like, another part of you where it's like, no, like, that's not who I am anymore. I am on to bigger and better things. And I love that for you. Like, I feel like you could have gotten stuck, but you chose to dig yourself out of the hole. Even though that doesn't really make sense, but like, that's what I'm hearing. Like, you dug yourself out of the hole. You didn't dig yourself a hole. You dug yourself out of a hole. Even though, again, like, that literally doesn't make sense, but it kind of makes sense because I guess, I know, my brain is like, they're giving me a visual of like how that would work. So it does make sense. So like you're in a hole and then instead of like, you know, trying to climb yourself out, you're using your shovel and you're kind of like almost like digging a tunnel like ants do, like digging a tunnel out of the ground. That's what they're giving me. So I guess digging yourself out of a hole can work.
Thank you, Spirit. I love when, you know, they do that of like, you know, it does work. We're giving you that for a reason. And now we're going to give you a visual of how that would work. You know, so love that. But what inner resources can pile number 3 draw upon to cultivate self-love? Okay, we have the 10 of Swords coming out in reverse. Okay. And honestly, I'm like really drawn to this like spooky looking owl up at the top with his glowing eyeballs. But I feel like the inner resources that you can draw upon would be, you know, getting yourself out of that hole, getting yourself out of that heartbreak, removing these swords that are in your back, right? Like, I feel like you have a way of transmuting the energy and releasing what you don't need anymore. Like, I feel like even though there have been some things that happened where you're like holding on to it, but I feel like you're not holding on to it like you used to or like most people do. Like, I feel like there's like an energy towards that of like you know how to get those swords out of your back. And that's admirable because I feel like most people, going back to that emotional poison, that venom, like most people just sit in that energy and they don't do anything with it. But I feel like you have a way, or at least recently, have started like being able to pull yourself out of that and pull those swords out of your back to where they're not affecting you and bothering you like they used to. Okay. How can pile number 3 develop healthier boundaries to protect their energy? Upright or reversal? Reversal. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like there's almost this energy of like, you don't have to try that hard. Like, I feel like there's almost this energy where you think setting healthy boundaries are like this super complex thing, or you have to have super complex boundaries for people, but I feel like you don't have to. Like, you definitely don't have to, but I feel like you feel that way. And it's like, you don't have to. Like, they don't have to be super complex. It can just be like, hey, you know, I love you very much, but I no longer want to hear about this person because I'm trying to do better for myself. Or, you know, if you have family where it's like they are trying to push something on you, you can be like, hey, I respect your opinion and I respect your time and your energy, but I do not align with that. And I'm setting this boundary of I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to do whatever, XYZ, whatever it is for you, because it's going to be different for everybody. But you do not have to have super complex boundaries, especially starting out. Okay? How can pile number 3 best align their actions with their authentic self? Thank you. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. And I feel like for this, like, you have to see, I feel like how you can best align your actions with your authentic self is by taking, again, what did I say? I feel like there was this energy of like a missed opportunity. So I feel like for you is taking every opportunity that you can to speak your authentic truth and to set those boundaries when needed, right? So I feel like there's, you know, this energy of just taking control over these opportunities by taking them or not, depending on what it is. Because sometimes you're going to be like, no, I don't need to take that opportunity because it doesn't matter, or it's not going to affect me, or whatever. But then there's going to be other times where it's like, no, I really need to say something because it's bothering me or whatever, and I need to talk about it. Or, you know, again, however this is going to resonate for you, it's going to resonate differently. But what is the potential outcome of focusing on pile number 3's self-love journey? Upright or reversal? Upright. The 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands. Stepping into your fullest potential. But also the 6 of Wands is that victory card. So I feel like you're going to feel super accomplished. For some of you, I feel like you are going to be like in the spotlight. But for the most part, like you're going to just feel so victorious and that you really did the damn thing. And you're going to be really proud of yourself because I feel like there's this energy of like, it's a long time coming. A long time coming. And I feel like there's almost this energy of like, I don't know, like I kind of want to cry because I feel like you're just like, I feel like the energy that's coming with this is, damn, like I've been waiting so long for this and now it's finally here. Oh, I missed a question. Whoops, that goes there. What practices can pile number 3 incorporate to build their self-esteem? I missed a question. Oopsies. The moon in reverse. I feel like allowing yourself to feel everything that you need to feel, no matter how scary, no matter how hard, allowing yourself to feel everything that you need to feel. Sorry, I got that mixed up. My bad. What does pile number 3's empowered self look and feel like? Ooh, what do we have? The Magician. I love that. Your empowered self looks and feels like the Magician. It's that energy of, you know, being in control of your life, being in control of your destiny. And, you know, now I'm getting this energy of like turning wine into water. And I don't know. I just feel like there's this magical ability about you that you can tap into that you don't even realize that you can tap into. I feel like when you're like listening to this, you're going to be like, what? The Magician? Like, I feel that, but like also like, I feel like that's a stretch. You know what I mean? But it's not a stretch because this can be you. This can be you. And your future self is this energy. What opportunities for growth are presenting themselves to pile number 3? Upright or reversal? Upright or reversal? Reversal. Okay. So we have the 4 of Pentacles coming out in reverse for this one. So I feel like the opportunities for growth that's going to happen for you is going to be this energy of allowing yourself to release the things that no longer serve you, for one. Okay. But then the next, like the other opportunity that will arise is, you know, kind of allowing yourself to release some of those higher expectations that you have of people. Not saying that you shouldn't have them for like boundaries and stuff like that, but I feel like there's almost this energy of like letting people be who they need to be. Not trying to control everyone else outside of you. Letting people be who they need to be. Hi. Anyways, but just kind of like allowing people to be who they need to be. And not trying to force them into being something that they're not, or being something that they can't live up to. Not saying that they can't reach their highest potential or anything like that, but I feel like sometimes we have high expectations of people that they might not even meet, that sometimes we can't even meet, right? So I love this for you, pile number 3. I am sending you so much love, light, and healing if you accept it. If this is where you leave me and you didn't choose any other pile, I hope you have a great night or day whenever it is that you are watching this. If you are wanting to purchase a personal reading instead of just a collective, the link is in the bio and the description box. And same for my manifesting candles. That is in there as well. But I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.